So, what is the goal? What is the goal? I mean, everyone says world champion, right? What is your? Do you want to be? Do you want to be? Do you want a story, or do you just want to just be a boxer? You know, do you want to be more than a world champion? Do you want to have a message? Because I know that your story in particular is very inspirational. Do you want to be able to say, look, if I can do it, anyone can do it?
For me, the goal and the dream gets bigger every time as I accomplish like short-term, long-term goals in my boxing career. And for me, I don't look further yet than the South African title, but also in the end, I want to go out as South Africa's greatest. I want to be on the platform of the world also. I want to accomplish what the greats accomplished. I want to people to know that there's change. Change is possible whether what you do, so long you're doing the right thing. And I found that God has transformed my life through boxing. And I've come across a lot of people that I've met, and they believe in me. They still do. They still cheer me on. They still there for me, if I can put it in words like that.
Well, if I can put it like this, from what I've seen at least, Coach Bryce has taken your career and he's really improved your boxing game. Every time you get out there, you seem to do just a little bit better. In terms of timing, the fight against Timbani Mbangatha for you is the right time?
I think it's the right time. If it wouldn't happen, then it wasn't the right time so that it happened. But when it do come, it's the time that it comes, no matter what is at the end of the road. So long, we got to do what we got to do.
And what do you expect out of this fight? Because obviously, you know, boxers, they say, okay, I'm going to win the fight. If you didn't think you were going to win the fight, you would never even get in the ring. But what do you expect getting in the ring with him?
The prediction.
Yeah, what's your prediction for that?
I think that the fight would be tough at both
Definitely.
ends. But I feel that I would be breaking him down in the later rounds, and my camp that I had for this fight coming. I don't. My punches, it was on point, and it was. I think I would stop him.
Do you
Like
what? Yeah. Sorry, Karen.
like the way my camp went training for Mbangatha, I think I would stop him.
I like that prediction as well. That's a lot of confidence. I mean, boxers have to have confidence as well. But what I wanted to break down this fight because I still believe it's Cape Town's best fight coming, and I'll fully support it and I'll fully promote it every single time on social media. He's got a bit of a shoulder problem. It's actually popped out twice. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
Have you taken that into
Yes.
consideration?
I think it could be an advantage or disadvantage because I heard he went for surgery and it's healed up properly. But I don't know if you watched the fight of him and Apiwe that day.
Yeah, the same day. Yeah.
To me, it was more like because we were fighting elimination, so he heard me knocking the guy out early, and then when he was fighting that guy, Apiwe, he got also like hurt a couple of times because they were like just throwing punches at each other, like there was no game plan. It's like he wants to prove a point, but I think also that is a disadvantage to his arm. I don't know how fully recovered it is or what could happen to his shoulder, but that could be also a disadvantage to him on his side.
Do you guys have a? I know that you scheduled to fight, and it's not for the SA title, if I'm correct, because of Ginky being involved. But was the Pan African, or there was another belt on the line, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, they scheduled the WB Pan African title, yes, but I don't know, it was talks also that it was a court case walking. So if it was possible that we would win the case, then on the night, me and Baby Jake would have fight for the SA title and the WBA Pan African title. That what it was told to me.
I mean, I don't see a problem with that. I don't see a problem with you and Baby Jake fighting for the SA title, and then your first defense has to be against Ginky. Let's just say that's what has to happen. Would you accept that?
If it's mandatory, what can I do? I have to make a defense.
Yeah. Do you worry about it like that? Because I think that what will happen, right? If you fight him, you definitely have to be traveling to the Eastern Cape because the Eastern Cape promoters seem to have a lot of money. Do you think, or would you be comfortable with having to go defend? You're the champion, right? In this case that we see, hypothetically speaking, you'd be the champion in this case, and then you'd have to go defend in the Eastern Cape. Would you be happy with that?
Uh there's too many politics, I think, in Eastern Cape boxing, but for me, also the goal is to fight everywhere and not to favor a guy. I've seen a lot of fights in Eastern Cape where they favor the guy that lost. You could see he lost clean and he still gets a
Mm-hmm.
decision because he's in his home ground. Um, but I don't know. I would speak to my coach team about that and the way forward from there.
How do you handle talks with your coach? Do you focus one step at a time? Have you got a plan for sort of the future?
I take it one step at a time. I'm in no rush. Sometimes if you jump the gun, then there's danger on the other side. So I take it one step at a time. I need to be humble. I don't wanna say I wanna be cocky or stuff like that. Um I will keep my line until I get there.
Out of all the world titles one day, because I'm talking future now. I'm talking future. Which one is your favorite one out of the four ones? There's WBC, there's WBO, there's WBA and IBF. Between those four, do you have a favorite?
As WBC is very popular, but
Mm.
I think the IBF world title.
That speaks volumes because I think IBF is pretty fair. You know, they enforce their mandatories quite well, and they don't like, for example, like I don't know if you follow international boxing, but Dillian White's that's away 2 years for WBC. You know, he's been on the shelf for 2 years, not
Yes,
getting a shot.
I followed up also on that. Yeah, he only lost to Anthony Joshua and he's held back for so long onto he has the silver belt, right?
Yeah, and he won a mandatory title shot as well,
Yeah,
both. You know, so
and they're still not giving him opportunity.
yeah,
So
he's been.
I look forward either belt, but one of them the IBF.
What do you want to do after boxing? Once I know it's very, very, very early days, very, very early days, but do you have a plan for what after, or literally do you think, okay, I want to box for a very long time and I'll think about it at a later stage?
I wanna box till till I will reach my goal and dreams. And after boxing, I would like to do coaching and promoting here in Cape Town. If that ever comes, like promotions and that here in Cape Town is not as big as in Eastern Cape or Johannesburg. And Cape Town is a big place. There's a lot of people around that supports boxing. It's just that we need that solid foundation. Look at Steve Kellecoder. They know more. Some promoters is like they give up or there's the politics that they have, and then it brings a lot to the boxers. Even like with, I don't want to talk about purse monies and stuff like that. That is also on another level. But yeah, I would love to promote one day.
Here, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. What do you think? Now, I'm going to put a promoter's hat on you. If you were promoting yourself, for example, and I don't know if you have a promoter or you don't have a promoter, what would you do with your career being in Cape Town, a Cape Town promoter?
On my career,
Yeah.
like now, as I'm 10-0. At this point, I just want championship fights. No normal fights, just championship fights, because once I reach the SA title status, I want to be out there internationally too.
Do you feel like after these two fights, at the very least, that you're going to be stepping onto the international stage?
Hopefully, because I know I'll be going up in the rankings.
Mm.
Because I've noticed even when you be fighting for the SA title and you defend it a couple of times, your ratings are also good.
Hmm.
It's the same like in America. They have the NA. What title is that again?
It's the NABO.
Yeah, they fought maybe someone that is a prospect. He fought like twice for the title, defended, won the title, defended, and then from there he went to a world title status.
Yeah, it does do really well, and I suppose like naturally the steps are if you have an SA title and you defend it a few times, you can actually look at going straight to an international title as well. And if you're speaking IBF, you're sort of looking at the intercontinental level. There's a lot of avenues for you to explore, but you still got to go ahead and do the business as as you rightfully have to do. I mean, it's all one step at a time in this industry. But you yourself. I mean, your self belief. Where does it come from?
My self belief, I think I have nothing to lose going in the ring because at the end of the day, it also made me a better person. And when I go out there, I give it my all. The opponents would know when the fight is finished that really the person that he went up against here has another type of spirit. And for me, boxing boxing is like my everything. It became my everything. It's my lifestyle.
Yeah, well, obviously we spoke about Cape Town needing maybe I'm going to say it. It needs improvement. So that you don't have to say it, I'll say it. It does need improvement. We do need more boxers to want to come and fight in Cape Town, and the only way to do that is to put up the money. And that's quite frankly that's just it's as simple as that. Um, however, however, I don't think that you're going to have to be swimming around the domestic scene for too long if everything goes according to plan. Which is the country that you most want to go to fight one day?
America.
I knew that was coming, by the way. Everyone sort of wants to go to America.
Yeah,
Anything?
I think every boxer's dream and goal is to go to America and like fighting there, earning the status of a world champion, getting those paydays, all the hard work that you put in. Yeah.
You come across as quite a nice guy, and I know that Americans love trash talking and they love like this and that and building up a fight. How would you handle that? Are you the type of guy that will talk back and that, or are you just good like the respectful approach?
I still come through humble, but if you say something, I'm gonna say something right back, but in a humble way, because I know the talking is done in the ring.
Mm. Have you had someone? Obviously, you've had 10 fights now. Have you had anyone like that's been really cocky and spoken like talk trash?
Yes,
Yes.
I fought a guy, Carlos Fina. He saw me fought one of his teammates, Dodi
Mm.
Masala. So after that fight, I was scheduled to fight against him. So the promoter got him in the hands. He came to the gym and he was telling me that I'm a baby and I don't punch hard and all that stuff. So I said, okay, you think so? We will see you on the night. I'm gonna push you in the prem. Then we'll see who's the baby. And even on that fight, um, that guy had no experience to say because he was expecting to knock me out in the first round. He was just swinging wild, and I thought it was going to be like a clean, professional kind of fight. That guy wanted to take me out since the beginning, and he only had probably like a good 30 seconds from there. He felt my power, and then I knew he himself was hesitating every time because he know there's a possibility he could get knocked out.
Do you think Mbangatha is going to come with the same sort of attitude that you get that You think he's going to trash talk? Because he's also quite a quiet guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he is a quiet guy, but I've seen like in the newspaper articles, he's been saying like I'm a novice and all the stuff like I'm inexperienced, like he's been long in the game and stuff like that. But I know on the night, then we will see truly who he says he is.
I want to get, before the end of this interview, I want to get a message for you to Timbani and Mbangatha, because this fight's still going to happen at some point. I know it's going to happen. So what would your message be to him after all he's sort of said in the newspapers and in the media?
My message to Bobby Jake is that after the fight, when I'm done with him, he shouldn't have hard feelings. I will still support him. Because he's also a prospect in his way, going 11 fights undefeated. So he shouldn't feel disappointed after I beat him, to say, and he should still look forward to in his career.
Hey, you're so nice in the way you deliver that speech. I suppose it's very, like, it's very humble. But I know that you truly believe that you're going to win this fight, and that's another thing that I want to like say to you, is that you got a lot of confidence, and I think you're going to go forward. And I don't want to miss this fight. I really want to be in Cape Town for this fight. However, what I will do if I can't make it, you've met Adib before, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Yeah. So Adib's also part of SA Boxing Talk, and I'd like him to come to see you and do a pre-fight interview with you, if it's okay with you, and get one of your opponents. And we want to build this fight up as much as possible so that when the fight happens, it gets the attention it deserves.
No, it wouldn't be a problem. It's good to bring the hype and all that to make the fight very eventful, to say. But I don't know about how's it going to work out with the crowd. That is another point to say, but yeah, I look forward to it. There's no other fight that I look to at the moment but me and Baby Jake finishing what we started.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, Abdulaziz. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm so glad the internet sorted itself out at some points as well, which has been great. Keep
Thank
well.
you.
Keep well. And Colin Nathan actually has a message for you there in the comment section saying, any kid who turns his life around has my respect. So there we go. From one of the top trainers in the country, you have his respect. And I saw Kevin Lorino also logged on a bit earlier to check your interview out. So again, thank you very much for coming on. Do you have a message lastly?
I just want to thank the people who took the time to see this interview, to know where my mind and goal is, and for your support on your side doing this call. Thank you very much, Aiden.